5 alive.
5 guys.
Burgers and fries.
I realize the stream can't see that achievement, so there was an achievement that said 5 alive. We are just in sync.
Like no one's the stream's not singing, and they're just hearing 5 alive, 5 alive.
5
Yeah,
alive,
5 alive.
5 alive.
I love that drink.
That's a drink.
It's a drink. It's like a juice box. 5 alive.
Really?
Isn't it?
I like Take 5. Oh, you
Like
can have a
juice
5
juice,
alive and a
100%
Take
juice,
5 and 5
100%
guys.
kids.
Oh my god, that's so much fun.
Yeah,
What is
it's
that?
a drink.
Wait, what is that one energy drink? Is there like a... it's the one, the little shot one?
What?
What? Oh, 5 hour you can take a 5 hour energy before
That's
you
what
eat
I was
a 5
thinking
alive
of.
and eat a
talking about?
Take 5 out of 5 guys.
Oh my god, how has no one done that yet?
Oh man.
Honestly though, Take 5 is very underrated.
Yeah, they are.
But they're also really expensive.
Not really. They're like you can get them for $1.
But it's like only like 2... Really? You only get... Oh, is it because I'm in New York and it's just more expensive than it needs to be?
Yes. I mean, we're gonna be
Probably.
real here. We have like a crazy sugar tax too, where it's like 40% or something shit.
Well, it's not really
It might
helping
actually
us
be, like,
curb our
10%.
sugar intake, is it?
I mean, obviously not.
The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. Visnomadic.
It's us. It's us.
We are the
We
ones
did
who are
this.
causing all
We
this.
are the despair.
We're the ultimate. We're the crooks of the 16th student.
The
Watch
ultimate
out for us.
despair.
Watch out for us.
That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. No, it hasn't. What? But right now...
Who is it? I don't know. I know less than the character does now.
the character knows more than us! Right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Freaking out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right.
Can we have that key? Can we leave?
It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. Really?
Oh my god!
Really?
She
I
just
get-
watched us walk up to the door, rattle it, and walk back down.
And then when you finally talk to her, she's like, what? You didn't talk to me, so obviously I didn't come with you.
Well, you didn't ask for the key.
Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room? Of course I do.
Called key.
It's an absolutely
Yeah,
vital
the
part of
tool.
ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school? That's right. Then we should be able to use that on the door, right?
I mean, it's only got like
Oh my
2
god!
eggs, so it's
Really?
every
I thought
key
talking
is
to you would
own-
fucking start the thing. I really have to...
Go back
They
up.
really like clicking in this game. Yeah.
Hey, Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right? Let's find out. Kyoko took the
Wait,
the
so
key.
we had to ask about the key
Just
to
open
go
the
up
door.
and then talk about the key.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
We just talked about this. We just did this.
But if you don't ask about it, then how is she supposed to know that she needs to use the key?
Oh my
Right?
god.
And how will us, the players, know what's going on if the
And-
door just opens?
And how will we know who the
Connor.
16th student is?
Kyoko took out the key with Monokuma design on it and slid into the keyhole. And then, click.
Gross.
Did you say gross to click?
I think he said gross to slid in.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yes,
click.
it opened.
Ugh.
God, I hate that movie.
Hate
And
that
now we can
song.
get out of here.
Click,
Let's go.
click, ugh.
Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Finally, we were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just begun. I'm alive, bitch! There it is! It's the last chapter, probably. Danganronpa. Is this the last chapter? This is the last chapter, right?
Wait, I just realized we got an achievement that said 5 alive. Isn't there 6 of us?
Obviously one of us is gonna
Well, we
die.
don't count. Duh.
I guess not.
Technically, isn't there 7? Like, 16th student. Watch
Well,
out.
she's dead.
Oh, it's awkward.
That was the whole point of the last trial. Where have you been?
I was
He was sleeping.
Asleep.
asleep. I was monitoring the dream world. It's very important.
After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. How did you... Oh, there was a metal ladder leading up to the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intending on reaching the surface. Now, who climbed up first? Was it Kyoko or was it Makoto?
Obviously, Makoto
Oh,
has
good.
to go first.
Oh, well, okay, alright. We really didn't need to see this. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended.
No, it's longer. Her legs.
Yeah, her
Look
legs
at
are
that.
super fucking long. She got
Jesus
model-ass
Christ.
legs. If you were to, like, measure her bottom half leg,
Her leg is longer than her top half.
It's like twice as long.
this is how I draw people, to be honest. I draw very long legs. So I understand where this artist is coming
Sailor
from.
Moon ass shit going on right here.
And
And then Makoto looks like he's gonna poop on her.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that'd be so awkward.
Well, he hasn't used the bathroom, right? He's
It's like
been
my
in her...
biggest fear
No.
of climbing ladders is pooping on people.
What? What kind
Is that
of
just me?
fear?
Yeah. I was like, what if it happens?
What happened?
I mean, I guess that's a fear.
How would you do that? You would have to pull down your pants
Yeah.
and move on.
And then like squat on the ladder.
There's
You don't have to
Like
squat
holes?
on the ladder. You could just push.
Your body doesn't like that.
What if the
You
pants
can't
don't
poop
hold?
standing up?
You wouldn't be standing on the ladder. You can just... If you put your legs up like high, like a few pegs higher
That's
and
what
your
I mean.
arms...
Like that's squatting on a ladder.
Oh, okay. I thought you were... Oh, yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
anyway.
Anyway.
I like... It was just...
Anyway,
It was just... It's just imagining someone
let's
doing
get
that.
off this. Ella's looking up her skirt.
Okay, fair enough. The passages were so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you say that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. Don't talk. What the fuck?
What? He pooped his head out of his butt. I hate when that happens.
I love how they're trying to prolong this one scene, so they had a talking section.
Oh my god.
I mean,
So
there's more
Kyoko,
talking here.
there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then is your family famous? Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. It's because you're fucking making it up. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So, because we take pride in it. Pride? A detective is neither light nor shadow. Yeah, detectives are people. We represent neither justice nor evil. This is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort? It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must do to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. And also, our family of detectives wasn't able to figure out how to get in here. To save,
I mean,
Okay.
guess not.
Pride. So that explains...
Pride.
Oh
Well, this
god,
was
this
also
is
at the
so...
beginning of the game.
This doesn't even look like it was in this game. I thought this was
Yeah,
like...
what?
This almost looked like
What?
fucking Doki
Crash.
Doki literature. I was like, huh? Before I came here
Monica,
when...
the 18th student.
Oh my god.
Before I came here when...
Wait a
What?
minute.
Before I came here...
Monokuma. It all comes together now.
What?
What?
Monica.
Oh my god.
Monokuma.
Oh my god,
The
get out of
19th
this.
student.
No.
Watch out for her.
Stop.
A game theory.
Before I came
It's
here,
just a game.
Stop.
when was looking up info... Like, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family. And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that. Oh yeah, I forgot her dad was... I completely forgot the conversation we had. Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Is her father also a detective? Or
He's from the family. If they're a family of detectives.
Right, but she said he's separated, right?
She'll
so
talk
it's like
about it.
okay.
It'll explain.
But you'd be reuniting after all these years, right? You would have had so much to talk about. There's nothing I want to talk to my father about. There's something I want to say to him, though. What? Get fucked. Oh. No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it? I want to sever all ties. I want to sever all ties with him.
I want to sever.
Sever? I just met her, right? Right?
I'm proud of you.
Right? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. So I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future, but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away.
Oh.
He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. Yeah, so everyone in your family has to become a detective at some point? They don't have a say in it?
No.
No. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him. If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had a chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative. Yeah, she's talking a lot. And more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true. There is one thing that I can never forgive. Really? This is a long climb.
Yep.
This is very long. The way
ladder.
everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing. But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. And that's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. You could have just, like, completely cut off contact with him without having to tell him that you're gonna do it.
Yeah, you could have just sent him a letter or something.
Yeah. Send him an email or just, like, write up in the sky and be like, get fucked, bitch. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But, your family, to just cut him out like that... Oh, shut up, Makoto. Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No. Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing.
Good.
Oh, thank God. I just
Do they
kept climbing the
this
ladder.
ladder in the anime too? I don't remember. Obviously, they have to climb a ladder, but I don't think there's like a really long scene of talking as they climb a ladder.
Just a looping gif of them climbing up the same.
They wanted to save on the animation budget, so.
I just kept climbing up the ladder in complete silence, and after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. There we
And
are.
I didn't poop on a single
Finally.
person.
What do you say all that is then?
Darn it!
Looks like this is it. On the other side of the door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back. Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble.
Imagine if she didn't unlock it.
Oh! Hey, whoever's taking out the trash will hear you banging. Just wait up there until
they
trash
can't
time.
unlock it.
Oh.
They
I
don't
was
have
really
a
hoping I would be
key.
the ultimate locksmith. I was wrong.
I did remember seeing this opening thing in the trash room, like in the beginning of the game, and I was like, that's gonna come into play at some point, isn't it? Stands out too much. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. I always worry that that kind of thing is gonna fall back on you.
Yeah.
The hatch opened with ease, and so... I'm alive, bitch.
Here we be.
Looks like we're back. Oh, looks like we're back. But then, isn't there a concern that, like, people are gonna be like, oh my god, I thought you were fucking dead!
We're ghost.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope Speak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. What is there for me to talk to you about? Let's go back downstairs. This is how we got out of the garbage
back
pit.
into the trash.
I never would
pit.
imagine that's where it led.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
I thought I clicked on Kyoko! I saw that. The trash room! See, I'm on her! See, I'm on her! I'm sorry, I decided to talk to your fucking crotch instead of your head. So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too, you helped me, so they might... You're worried? Yeah, of course! Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh? Do you like me? Oh.
Yes or no?
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Huh? What? That's the... If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time until we're found out. It's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now?
Now you heard something.
What?
What was that?
Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Jeez.
Don't worry.
16th student.
What you think is gonna happen, is it?
That's when the girl gets there.
Just come back from the dead. Because the mastermind is
Look
the one
out
that's
for
in The mastermind is scared. You said something like that before. What does it mean? The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Muguru's death. I can't believe he just showed himself.
Gross.
Jesus, that's disgusting. There was a moment when the mastermind let their guard down. There was? If we could talk to Monokuma, then we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we? Monokuma should be in the gym. Let's get going. Why do you know that he's in the gym? Is he working out?
That's just where he lives.
That's
Oh,
how he
okay.
gets that muscly body of his.
Wow,
That
we're
sweet dad
back
bod he's got.
here. Woo! How do
We're
you run
back
again?
home again, remember this?
How do you run? There you go.
You can also teleport if you wanted.
Oh, right.
No.
Isn't the gym on this
Like
floor?
to-
Oh, it's not.
It's, you gotta go over again.
Ah,
I like
it
to
is.
imagine somebody just standing there and then just going, how do you run? And then bolting.
isn't that how you
Imagine
run?
doing that in real life. How do you run from the side?
That's how I run.
Hey!
Jim Monokuma. So
Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here?
That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
You were supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
So what if I did? What will you do?
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko!
Do whatever you feel you have to.
What?
But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh? I lose? You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me. I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right?
Hey, what are you talking about?
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trials weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position one person would protect another like that. And in response to that unexpected development, you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You'd never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it. Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Makoto didn't kill Mukuro.
And that's
You
the
did.
truth.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone would be executed. That's what you told us, right?
Oh, and that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto? And you can prove this, right?
No, I can't.
Don't just say it like that! What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence!
I don't have any time. I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some. Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
Hold up.
She came into the school claiming herself to be the ultimate detective, right?
Yep.
And knowing that all this was gonna go down, they let her in.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And now you're trying
What
to
do you
talk like
mean?
some.
Because like, there's all this nonsense that's going down. Did they not assume that she was gonna be trying to figure out why it was all going down?
That's assuming who the like mastermind behind everything is, though. Right?
What? I was just saying because she's the ultimate detective, so she would obviously get down to the bottom of it, right? No?
Mhm.
Well, I'm just saying, like, why would they
That's
let
why
her
her
in?
memory was wiped.
Oh. Fine. Sorry, I'm drinking my tea.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
You know, they could have just they could have just let her not in, though. Instead of wiping
Why
away
would they
her memory.
not, though?
Why would why run the risk of bringing someone in? Even if you did wipe out their memory, it came back. Like, look.
That's assuming that the person who let her in is the person doing this. So it's a good question. Why would they?
Like, this is the dad's way of trying to like reconnect with her. Be like, daughter, did you have fun?
I heard you like detective stuff, so I made this all for you.
Oh my
Don't
god.
you love it? I raised up so much money just for this.
This
If
whole time Monica
Makoto,
was just been like a hand puppet and her dad been here the whole time and no one noticed.
oh my god. If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire. But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts. Well, I have to do everything your girlfriend says, so it's not really a matter of like...
And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
Yeah.
It's not you I'm trying to convince. If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased.
Huh?
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because we said what we said exactly is right. Despair can never kill hope.
Grr.
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat.
Grr, 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 grr.
If you want to earn our despair fair and square, then I suggest you take my advice.
So, what is this advice of yours?
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial. It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identities of Mukuro's killers, of the masterminds themselves. Hold up. I just thought of something. It's kind of unrelated to what's happening right now, but this is being broadcasted all over the world. So people who are living on the other side of the world are in a different time zone. So when they're awake, they're just watching nothing happen.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
That sucks.
It'd also be in a different language, too.
Yeah,
That was the
everything's in
first thing that I
Japanese.
thought about when I played the game. I was like, wait.
Closed caption. You just type it on a small account in news, do?
Danganronpa provided by.
This would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer or of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed.
Barry.
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now, what you're suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
Does that mean you accept?
If we do things your way, there'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out? Or will my despair claim victory? Let's have one final grisly showdown!
He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end. So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here.
All the mysteries.
That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that, then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
That's what we've been trying to do all along.
Okay, well good, then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school, then you win. But if you can't do all of that,
We'll all face execution, right?
I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
We're as excited as you are, I'm sure. When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out. But before we get started, I wanted to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
I remember that for sure. So what?
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement?
You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that.
Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception. Then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro.
It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
What? Are you telling the truth? Why did it get so quiet all of a sudden?
I'm done talking! I've got nothing left to say to you! So get lost, would ya?
Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Leave me alone! Get out of here!
Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go?
I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Oh my god.
Come on, Makoto, let's go.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
He's just glitching.
That was enough.
Also, I just read Aki's comment, which is really funny. I would love one of the characters to start playing the sponsor card. Man, this Coca-Cola is great. Would be a shame if I died while not enjoying this great drink, wouldn't it, Coca-Cola?
Oh god.
Is it the Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
Also, in the middle of all that dialogue, there was a house centipede on the wall, and I had to like leave because I was scared, and I needed to get rid of it. I just need you to know my struggle.
So brave, so strong.
It's just a house centipede. They want to live
Dude,
there.
they're big and they're scary.
They're just so
They have a
gross
lot of
looking.
legs.
They're so
They have
gross.
too
Yeah.
many legs.
They do have too many legs.
Why can't they look
Who needs that
cuter?
many legs?
And they can like detach them. It's
What?
really gross.
What?
If you
What?
like, if you've ever
I mean,
killed
I-
a house centipede with like a spray thing, they start detaching their legs, and it's I don't
Why?
like it
I mean, I guess anybody can
because
take their
it's
legs
like a
off.
defense mechanism thing. So if they ever get caught in something, they can just detach their legs and keep going.
It's like you get sprayed. It's like, oh fuck! I'm just gonna rip out my legs and just fucking get out of here. Like, oh shit! Oh fuck!
Anyway.
Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away, and just like that, we were out of the gym.